I don't even remember my father missing a day of work. And every morning in the kitchen, he's fixing up a cup of coffee. He says it fills him up. And either I'm just like gullible or lost my nunchi. Never did I set an alarm to hug him goodbye and tell him to drive safely. 5 a.m. I could hear the door shut behind him in December, and me not even praying for his safety. Started with his father's Cadillac and then a 93 Corolla. Thought it was too dangerous, so he swiped his card to 03 Civic. He wanted my mother to own her. For 5 days a week, 12 hours he'd do this, never muttering a complaint from his 2 lips. In 5th grade, I asked for a Nintendo 64. The boys at church called me spoiled, and even if my eyes were getting worse, the joy on my face was painted by his toil and sweat. Behind the heat and the oil of the grill, he was best at cooking for a salad bar, respected as the head chef. Never beat him in a chess match, because he'd lose on purpose. And from him I learned this valuable lesson, that if you put others first, then everything falls into place. Trust him at your service, and then I'm called by his grace. Yeah. So the man with perfect attendance stressed the importance of not being late. And I've been fired by 5 restaurants, and I'm still eating off his plates. What dead weight I must have been to lie to his face when I tell him that I was at a friend's place, watching movies when I was losing my tips that I made that day, shipping in large pots of chips because of a horrible poker face when I bluffed. The sharks repopped and flipped. And even though we knew the difference between right and half true, he put his faith in God and prayed for me to return even if it's past due. Again in 01 he took me to Tyson's for an Xbox the day he released, and I'm at the GameStop feeling guilty like that. I think CompUSA does it for cheap. So we leave to find a one down the street, and I'm still wondering if this console is something that I'll ever need from this man who looks exhausted, and the calluses on his feet is proof. I want to walk in my father's footsteps, as I'm also a piece of you.